Hey guys, welcome to today's episode where, listen, I'm fishing with a buddy of mine wearing the same shirt, two knuckleheads wearing pastels, a former pro wrestler chasing some big old bass in North Alabama. Oh, there's fish.
I got another one. Dink, quit being jealous because I'm out fishing you.
There we go.
He caught one. It's a miracle. Yeah, that's the same size as two of yours.
Oh, look at that.
Whoa! That's what we come to North Alabama for right there.
I'm gonna go out there and see if I can't make it happen. This is really the essence of what kayak fishing is all about. This is my kayak. Get yourself one. There he is. Yeah! Look at that tank! Fish on! Oh my God! Good night! Oh yeah! One of my favorite things about Guntersville is it's actually one of the first lakes to turn on. It's one of the first lakes to get back to summer pool from winter pool. And a lot of the areas that have been inaccessible become accessible first on Guntersville. But I think the thing I like most about Guntersville is that you've got good quality fish and then you've also got quantities of fish. So for folks that have made the trip that don't necessarily know all the little honey holes and perfect spots to go catch that 10-pounder, you've got a really good shot at 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s without knowing anything. Gene, what I propose we do is a little bit of divide and conquer. I think you go look for the offshore fish. I'll go look for the shallow fish. We'll dial it in, lay the smack down. What do you think?
I am always game.
Let's do it. So Gene is my go-to for making myself a better angler. For instance, he's a much better offshore angler than I am, and I think I'm a much better shallow water sight casting angler than he is, and so we complement each other well. That's the perfect way to improve as an angler. You know, his mantra on his channel is teach the world to fish, and every now and then he has to come out here and teach the Chad to fish.
I'm Gene Jensen, creator of the Fluke Master YouTube channel, one of the largest instructional fishing channels in the world. Well, I've been a guest on Shed's show so often that I am now a co-host.
This year, I just pretty much decided that Gene was gonna be my wingman, and so far it's worked out pretty good, except for the grocery bill, because
it sure is nice to get out here and mess around deep where I'm comfortable. I used to beat the bank like everybody else, and I just learned how to read a map and learned how to read my fish finders and became a student of the offshore game. It's my world now, and I love it. Go ahead and get him in. Not a big one, but he is chunky. He's been eating good, getting ready for the spawn. Thank you, sir. May I have another?
I got some fish that have moved up shallow. I wanted to be able to truly control my boat position, and so the combination of the power pole and the anchor wizard is perfect. All right, guys, for this season, we have a new partnership that I really want to talk to you guys about, and that is OPS, or Outdoor Product Solution. So what OPS really is a company that is designed to build those products that we have to make on our own. It's to fill that void for the folks that don't want to DIY things, to make it easier for you to mount your motor to a kayak, to make it easier for you to mount your depth finder to a kayak. So think of OPS as your total product solutions company when it comes to making stuff that doesn't exist, but also going out and aggregating and building kits that are ready to fish so you don't have to go to 5 different places. So new company, just getting started, but right out of the gate, we're already developing some amazing products that fill a void in the market, and the commitment from OPS is that we are going to continue to do that.
Little guy! It's all right to be little bitty. All right, so I've decided to change colors from a black and blue to a white. One of the things that really changed the amount of success I have is confidence. I've been able to recognize when I lose confidence in something, and immediately I changed. I didn't feel like the black and blue was gonna work. I'm switched to white. Fish.
Feels like a good one.
I felt him swing at it first, and I lost contact with my bait, and all of a sudden, thunk, he hit it again. He hammered it too, dude. I thought he was like 5 pounds. Ugh. good one. They see you catching a fish, and next thing you know, there's 3 or 4 boats right in your lap.
Gene Jensen has got this little trick to keep people from using what's called the bent rod pattern, which is where they see your rod bent and then they head over to where you're fishing. He does this thing where when he sets the hook, if he looks around and sees other boats, he just opens the bell back up and lets the fish swim so that they don't see him landing the fish, and tries to be all subtle about it.
Look at that son of a gun.
And that's yet another reason why Gene is a better offshore fisherman than I am, because I just don't like to be around that many boats, so I just go places where nobody can see me land the fish.
Oh, dude.
Then I can set the hook and hoot and holler and scream, and I don't have to worry about 5 people pulling up on me like I'm the ice cream truck or something.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Now, this is a big fish, don't get me wrong. It's not a monster, but it's a quality fish. This is a good sign. Let's get this thing back in the water. Swim away. So all day long, Gene's been fishing around other anglers, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go try to find some fish that nobody else can get to. A fishing kayak is one of the most stealthy watercraft out there. Just turns every disadvantage into an advantage. Chad Hoover Fishing is brought to you by Dakota Lithium. Go farther, last longer, play harder. Bonafide Kayaks, ultimate fishability. Kayak Bass Fishing, Kayak Bass Fishing's premier resource. Yak Attack, make it yours. Anchor Wizard, revolutionizing the boat anchoring world. OPS, Outdoor Product Solutions. This is that time you want to be on the water when things just really start to kind of happen. It's always worth it to be the one that's there when everything lines up and it fires off. So that's what we're hoping for today. One of the exciting parts of the spawn is also one of the most frustrating. You're catching a lot of fish, you're seeing a lot of fish, but it's also frustrating to see a giant bass. You pitch a lure to it, as soon as your lure hits the water, some little runt from the side runs in and grabs it and takes off with it, and then you set the hook on him and spook the big fish. But as long as you embrace it, you know, the only thing I can say about it is it's freaking awesome.
A lot of times it's really difficult to catch a bedding fish, and what I try to do is find one that stays close to the bed and then just keep pestering him until he starts to pick it up.
There's a number of different reasons bass bite, and we think of biting as eating because we're humans, but bass don't have hands. So there's several things that they'll do with their mouth that's not necessarily eating. They'll bite things out of curiosity, out of territorial defense. But one of the things you can do to agitate a big fish into biting is you can alternate between a slow presentation and a faster presentation. That dead stick and then throw in an agitation in there is a deadly 1-2 punch for catching fish.
That was fun.
Trying to find some big old females stuck up in this grass, laid up on the couch with their robe on and their comfortable slippers, and then just set a Twinkie right in their lap. Where they go, oh man, I wasn't really hungry, but it smells so good. I might as well. So yes, bed fishing can be a little bit frustrating, can also be exciting, can also be maddening, and at the same time,
Here we go.
addicting.
Yeah, baby.
Nice. A little bit better fish, starting to get some red on the belly right there, moving up. That's a bigger buck. Another reason that Guntersville is such a big draw and such a popular lake is just that it's consistent. It consistently pumps out big fish. It doesn't have off years. There's quality vegetation, eelgrass, milfoil, hydrilla, and then lots of just really good structural changes.
Boy, he took that thing deep. This is the new Yamatanuki from Yamamoto Baits. Figured I'd give it a shot on a bedding fish.
If you were gonna draw up a signature series Arnold Palmer golf course of fishing, it would be Lake Guntersville, or pretty much all the lakes in northern Alabama. It's like they did it on purpose. Here we go. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Another little chunk. They are starting to feed as the sun is starting to settle a little bit. Man, I have found some giant fish today. They're just not ready yet. They're up shallow. So I came back out to this outer grass line, and these little chunky males are really, really ready to chew. But I'm just excited about catching one of them big old giants, you know what I mean? So we've got big fish that are right on the cusp of busting loose. They just haven't fully committed yet, but we know we're right on the edge of that magic time when it's about to go down. For both afternoons that we've been fishing, we have had really high pressure, low wind, and we've got super clear water. So that just naturally lends itself to skittish fish. And so what we're trying to do is to pace ourselves to be in the right place at the right time with the right light so we can catch some of those bigger fish that we found. Two of the gentlemen that have joined us today are Demon Henderson, who used to be a pro wrestler, and Michael Musgrove.
Chad and I met because of a mutual friend in Gene Jensen. I love what Chad was doing with KBF. I let him know right quick that I wanted to be part of the team.
Personally, I'm one of those people that's really never met a stranger, but there's also people that I have a certain connection with, and right out of the gate, I connected with Mike. Not so much on the wardrobe choices, but pretty much on every other level. Groundhog's actually checking you out. He's saying, "Is that dude really got a pink shirt on in a teal kayak?"
Pink's the new black.
I was expecting you to say something like, "No, it's salmon." If you see this tree on the bank right here to the right of you,
Yep.
the shadow is going to be this way. So throw past that tree and bring it past it and just let it fall. There should be a fish about a third of the way out from the bank. Oh, nice.
Decent fish.
What up, ugly?
Not much. What are you doing, sunshine?
I never fished this side of the creek.
I caught 3 right here, just like I caught that.
There you go, bro. Catching dinks.
I learned this from the float master. Giant. Well, I'm Damon Henderson. This is my 3rd year doing all the KBF tournaments. Used to be an indie pro wrestler. My wrestling name was Just In Case. I did that for 14 to 15 years.
Honestly, guys, if you really think about it, fishing and wrestling go together like peanut butter and jelly. I can't tell you how many times I've been so frustrated that I wanted to do the elbow off the top rope to a bass. I mean, let's be honest. Every time I catch a big fish, I pretty much channel my inner Ric Flair.
Woo! There you go.
That's a good one.
He done hooked into a good one. A dang good one. Boy, you fighting that fish like a puny wrestler.
That was horrible.
Yeah, I know. Nice. Yeah, you must have your drag set real light.
No, I had to lay the smack down on that fish to get it in the boat.
So do yourself a favor and search up Just In Case, or the other half of the tag team, the Hot Bodies. You can't make this stuff up.
Oh, there we go. Hey, I am the king of dinks.
That's a chatfish right there.
That's a chadfish.
This is not what I am in here for. There are some absolute giants back in here right now.
Oh, here we go. I caught another chadfish.
I ain't going after chatfish.
Well, I'm not trying to.
My bait is the same size as the fish you just caught.
You know, so it's kind of funny too that in Damon or Justin's wrestling career, he always was the little guy that got beat up on and got picked on. So I think what he's doing now as an angler is he's trying to do the same thing to the fish. He's trying to take it out on all the little fish.
They may not be big, but I'm beating the fluke master on catches. Gene, I got another one.
A dink?
Hey, a fish is a fish.
Damon, he can catch all the small ones he wants. I'm fine with that. You know, I'm at that point in time in my career where I just love to come out and figure out how to catch a big one, no matter if it takes me all day long or not. Sometimes I miss the days when I got excited about catching dinks all day.
Wonder where Chad and them went.
All right, another quality fish. What I had to do there to catch that fish is, you know, admittedly, I overpower fish. I like to fish moving baits. So I had to slow down and fish more of a creature style bait. We'll see if we can't work down this creek and find some more fish.
Notice the last 2 fish I caught were right along that shadow line. And that's what they're doing. They're hanging out on that shadow line and wait to ambush any bait that comes by.
Oh, there we go. I caught another Chad fish.
They're definitely moving shallow, guys. And those little chunks are fun. I don't care who you are.
Another little Chad. Chad drop.
Well, boys and girls, we've caught a lot of fish. We've had a lot of fun. We have found the big fish. The question is, can we catch it? Nothing to write home about yet, but it's about to go down because it's North Alabama and it's Gunnersville. Chad Hoover Fishing is brought to you by Dakota Lithium. Go farther, last longer, play harder. Power Pole Micro Anchor. Swift, silent, secure, and small. Yak Attack. Make it yours. NorthAlabama.org, where you can reel in the adventure of a lifetime. Yeti. Built for the wild. Fishing Chaos. The best fishing app for your tackle box.
Here we go. Oh!
Gene, are you gonna catch anything today?
Uh-huh.
I hope so. He caught one. It's a miracle.
Yeah, that's the same size as 2 of yours.
So one of the things that Gene and I have going on right now is called the Knucklehead Bass Fishing Series. It's a real simple deal. We pick a team captain, which is somebody with, you know, a significant social media influence, and we run a 4-month online tournament series. The winner of each month becomes part of our team, and then that 5-person team, the 4 winners plus the team captain, are going to converge to fish on Lake Wheeler and Gunnersville for a $10,000 fish off where the fans or the team members win the money. So Damon's been giving Gene a hard time all day about working his way onto Team Fluke Master. I don't think Damon quite understands. It's the 5 biggest fish.
What number does that make, Gene? 5? 6?
Can't count anything under 12 inches.
We're MLFing it, Gene.
No, we're not. MLF don't even do that anymore.
Hey, well, we're going old school MLF.
No,
Everything counts. I need a 22 3/4 inch fish to upgrade to get in the first place at the Knucklehead.
Uh-oh, that might be a bigger than the 4 incher.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, dude, that's a nice one.
That's about an 18 incher.
16.
Ain't no 16, you're blind.
Put them on the board.
18 inches on the dot.
Ah, liar.
Boom!
I want to see a picture.
Who's your daddy, Gene?
Not you.
Who's your daddy? Woo! I did think, though, that one was a lot bigger, though. They're in here. There's 25, 26 inches in here. We just got to find them.
Guntersville is world renowned for having just monster bass. You've got a really good shot at 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s. There's so many big fish in this lake, and there's such a diversity of cover and structure and the types of fishing. There's a little bit of everything on Guntersville.
Not a big fish, but it's a fish. I didn't want to get my hands slimy. I love kayak fishing. I love the freedom of it, the independence of it. I don't see me going back to a bass boat. I really don't.
Big old flock of pelicans flying over.
There we go. All right, they're hitting moving baits. That's a good sign. Two of the best times to fish, regardless of the feeding time, are those low light periods right after sunrise, and then also what we refer to as the magic hour or the golden hour, that last hour before dark. The biggest reason for that, the fish has a lot less visibility, and then therefore you're gonna have a lot more success, especially when fishing artificial lures. This literally is one of my favorite times to be fishing. The sun started to go down. You can't quite see as well, but the fish can not see as well either. And you know there are big fish there. In other words, you've laid eyes on them for the last day, day and a half, and you know they're there. So like every cast has the potential to be a giant. You know you're in the right spot. You just got to figure out how to do the right thing. That's a big part of the fun of it. Every fisherman's an eternal optimist, thinking, oh, one more cast. There could be a big one on the next cast. But my true happy place is having a fishery where I know what's going on and truly having giant fish all around me, and every cast could be that monster that we all dream about.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, this might be it, dude.
The wind's blowing real hard into this bank right here, but I know the fish just moved up to spawn. The sun's going down. I grabbed a chatterbait and I just started burning it through the shallow, shallow grass. Whoa! That's what we come to North Alabama for right there. This right here is why I love Northern Alabama fishing. All the way along the Tennessee River, all the lakes up here have giant, giant bass.
You know, there's a saying that when you take a picture of a pretty sunset and you didn't catch a fish that day, they call that a skunk set. The only thing better than catching fish all day is catching a big old fat slob in the golden hour. There's just something special about catching those fish during that time of day.